How smart is a rabbit?
Oh, you know, that's the thing that amazed me. Rabbits are much smarter than I would have ever thought. Every rabbit I'd ever met in my entire life, up until this point, lived in a wire cage, you know, and just chewed food. That's really all they did all day. I'd never seen a rabbit outside of a cage.
Is it as smart as a cat?
I think it's smarter. It bosses these two cats around, you know, and they have much bigger weapons. She has these little chisels for teeth, but they have claws and big biting teeth, and they're predators. And, you know, maybe it's the age difference. They're 12 and they're fat and lazy, but, you know, and she's 2 pounds and 2 years old. But she seems to have a way of getting them, bending them to her will. And then last June, I was walking around the lake at Lake Murray and found the rabbit.
How did your cats react to the rabbit initially?
You know, at first they're such drama queens. They don't like any changes at all, and they were kind of nasty. They didn't like the idea. I don't know that they know the difference, or that they just didn't think this was an ugly cat. I don't know what they thought, but they don't like anything that gets between them, the food bowl, or me and attention.
What did they do?
They would kind of, you know, they would hiss and make noise, and, you know, they'd sort of swat at her. But again, they're 12 years old and lazy, so the swatting was very slow. It was like, oh, God. And the rabbit would just, she's got rabbit body language. I don't understand rabbit body language, but she would show them this rabbit pose, and they would stop and just go, oh well, you must be serious, we'll stop now. She has a sense of humor. She'll do things, but not unless you're watching. She makes sure she has an audience, and then she'll run and jump in the air, or she'll jump in her food box really hard and make it slide across the floor, you know. No, in the beginning there was a lot of, you know, territorial marking and that sort of thing around the office. That's where she was restricted to the office, and we, you know, where I work, and, you know, work at home. And so she would mark, you know, but then when she was, the word is spayed. I confused spayed and neutered. After she was spayed, that stopped, you know, and she litterbox trained herself. People say, oh, did you litterbox train her? No, she litterbox trained herself. She sort of, through trial and error, showed me how she wanted it set up and where she wanted it. Well, they don't live that long. That's interesting. The word is maybe 10 years. 10, maybe 12 max on an indoor rabbit, but most people keep their rabbits outside. A rabbit hutch, which I've come to learn from the rabbit protection societies and the people who work with rabbits, is actually not a good idea. Oddly enough, rabbits, I mean, they look like woolly things and they're pretty durable, and they come from the outside originally, but domestic rabbits don't do well isolated. They need company, and they don't do well in extremes of weather. So they live a lot less outside in hutches than they would indoors as a house pet. But the House Rabbit Society said it best. One of the women there, the president, Patricia, said, small animal, big pet. And she's right.